do them occasionally. I'm more of a religious channel, but it kind of bothers me that the ultra religious are like, there's no such thing as evolution and yada yada yada. So anyway, so today I'm going to be talking about what is and is not biological evolution. Okay, so first of all, I want to tell you that most, I said this yesterday, most creationists have no clue what is and is not evolution. And it's not their fault. Their um, leaders have lied to them. So I'm actually going to share my screen here. Um, Let me get to it. And this is from Logic's channel. It is a Kent Hovind slide, and I am not going to Kent Hovind's channel because he's a dipshit, and for one, he's a dipshit, and two, I don't think he deserves my patronage even for 1 second. Hi, Lisa. How's it going? Well, Marianne, he is. I mean, I call it like it is. That's why you guys like me, right? I don't pull no punches. So anyway, I've tried to make this as big as I can. Um, so like I said, this is a Kent Hovind slide. The word evolution has many meanings, only one of which is scientific. No, the word evolution does not have many meanings. And yes, he is correct in that there is only one which is scientific, which makes me choke on my words, right? I mean, seriously. Why? I can't believe I'm even saying that. That Kent Hovind's actually right about something, because he's actually wrong about absolutely everything except this one thing. And that made me, that left a disgusting taste in my mouth. Okay, so um, these are his quote unquote 6 types of evolution. Um, and so Logic has very helpfully um, put in what is really um, what are the real names of these um, so anyway, all right, so cosmic evolution, it's the Big Bang, people, and it has nothing to do with evolution. Okay, evolution cannot happen until life forms. Okay, so it's stupid to call the Big Bang cosmic evolution. Okay, the next one is chemical evolution. Um, Again, evolution happens to living organisms. Now, according to Kent, He says chemical evolution is the origin of higher elements from hydrogen. This is actually um, this actually happens in the stars. Um, you know, just a second here.
I think we ought to just call it a variation.
Okay, so I gotta go back here.
Don't answer that. It's obvious.
Uh, Logic Buddy, I love you, but
Fifthly, we would have macroevolution.
I'm just trying to get through here. Uh, the term is nucleosynthesis, and
Nothing more than a hunch.
it actually anyway, it actually it's called nucleosynthesis, and Lisa, I think he might have a point because if evolution happens, then why the fuck is he still alive? And he doesn't have two brain cells to rub together. So anyway, so that's what quote unquote chemical evolution is. It's nucleosynthesis. It happens in the stars. Nothing to do with biological evolution. Again. Okay, then it goes stellar and planetary evolution. No. Again, stars and planets are not alive, you idiot. This would be called stellar and planetary formation, not evolution. You dick. Okay. Number 4, organic evolution. And he says this is the origin of life. Again, this is not evolution because evolution cannot happen until we have life. This is called abiogenesis. Again, you stupid dick. Then we have, he calls it macroevolution, and I might as well throw this in here too, microevolution. He says microevolution is the only, he says that microevolution is the only thing that happens, and we should just call it a variation because it gets people confused. All right. So, there is no difference between macroevolution and microevolution. Okay? It's evolution. Creationists, I'm sorry, your leaders have lied to you. We are trying to get you to understand this. So, anyway, so there is no difference between macroevolution and microevolution. Microevolution over millions of years is macroevolution. It's not that hard. Yes, Marianne, I will. It's not that hard. you know, I mean, if you have a dog, you know, you have breeds of dogs, right? Okay. You've got breeds of dogs. I'm dumbing it down for you. Okay. I'm not calling creationists dumb. Okay. I I reserve that adjective for their leaders because their leaders truly are stupid. Yeah, Lisa, this isn't for them. Um, so anyway, so let's talk about the breeds of dogs, okay? So, um, we've got a little Chihuahua and a big Great Dane, right? Hey, scapegoat. Now, if they descend along those lines, if they keep descending along those lines, which they will, because humans are, you know, it's almost impossible for a Chihuahua to breed with a Great Dane. Okay. Reason being is a male Chihuahua would need um, stilts, maybe. I don't know. Um, a female Chihuahua doesn't have a big enough uterus to accommodate Chihuahua slash Great Dane puppies. So it's not going to work. You know, um, you can have like um, um, you can have like an in vitro fertilization and then put it in like a Great Dane. Not a Chihuahua, a Great Dane, okay, or another surrogate, right? Okay, you can do that. You can do that. But naturally, they're not likely to ever interbreed naturally, okay? And if they keep descending along those lines, eventually it's going to get to the point where they cannot interbreed, period. And you know what we call that? You know what we call that, creationists? No, of course you don't. So let me tell you what we call it. We call it speciation. Because that is what a species is defined as a population that can interbreed with each other. When a population cannot interbreed with each other anymore, we've got a speciation event. Yes. So shut the fuck up about evolution doesn't happen because it does. And relabeling evolution as variation, it's not going to work. You're just playing word games, okay? You're just playing word games. Um, Not going to happen. It's not going to work. You know, people are getting smarter, okay? And I know that Creationist leaders are trying to keep their people dumb. Okay? But let me tell you something. They're shooting themselves in the foot. They're shooting themselves in the foot. Because I used to be a young earth creationist. I used to buy all this nonsense. Okay? And it wasn't that long ago. It wasn't that long ago. Like, I don't know. Well, I mean, to me, it wasn't that long ago. I started disbelieving young earth creationism when I was about 20, when I finally got into college and realized they'd lied to me. That is what makes people stop believing, by the way, you dicks of young earth creationism. Yes, it is learning about science that makes them stop believing in young earth creationism. But you also have the added thing of my leaders lied to me. And yes, leaders, you are lying to your sheeple. And I'm calling you out on it because I'm not afraid to call you out on it. You are lying to your sheeple because you know damn well that evolution takes place and that evolution happens. So, yes, you are lying to your sheeple, and people don't like being lied to. And aside from being more scientifically literate, that is why you're losing the battle, is because you are lying to your people and they are figuring it out. That's why people are leaving the church. You dicks. It's not really that they start believing in science. You can believe in science and still be a Christian. I started believing in science and I was a Christian for a very long time after I learned the truth. Okay? Young earth creationist does not equal Christian, by the way. Sorry to rain on your parade. So yeah, you can accept science and still be a Christian. Doesn't bother me in the least. But the main reason people are leaving, particularly Christianity, I don't know about other I don't know about other religions, but the main reason people are leaving Christianity is because they are finding out that their leaders, are lying to them. So, we've already answered the question, what is and is not evolution? The only thing on Kent's slide that is evolution is evolution. You know, variation if you prefer, because that's all it is. That's all evolution is. You've got natural selection, and you've got um, uh, brain fart. Um, you've got natural selection, and then you've got um, genetic. Uh, God damn it! I hate it when my brain farts. Somebody help me with the goddamn um, what I'm looking for. Um, I can't remember. I'm I'm sorry. I hate when my brain farts like that. I know I know like I know the word, right? But have you ever had that thing where you know the word and it just doesn't come out your mouth? Um anyway, no nevermore. Um no, I'm talking about the thing that happens with the genes. Mutation. Thank you. I knew I was going to think of it eventually. Sorry about the brain fart, people. Mutation. You've got natural selection and you've got mutation. And evolution does not necessarily mean that you have to have both. I mean, they've done the experiments. It's generally you do have both, right? But it doesn't mean you have to have both. It can be plain natural selection, right? Like with the moths in the during the Industrial Revolution, the peppered moth. So anyway, so that's natural selection because you already had the dark moths and the light moths to begin with. You know, I mean, obviously, somewhere there had to be a mutation, right? But we can't pinpoint when that mutation happened. But obviously, that mutation had to have happened before natural selection could take place. So, anyway, oh, nice for you, Nevermore. I had to have my wisdom teeth taken out because they were impacted. Another point to evolution, creationists. Why the fuck do we have wisdom teeth when most of us need our wisdom teeth taken out because they're impacted? You know why they're impacted? Because we don't have enough room in our jaws for our wisdom teeth to erupt. Most of us don't. Some of us do. Some of us have no problem with the wisdom teeth. I had to have all my wisdom teeth taken out because I did not have enough room in my jaw. And they were creating a problem. My impacted wisdom teeth were creating a problem. Why would a perfect God create something like wisdom teeth, knowing that most humans, do not have the room in their jaws to accommodate the wisdom teeth? Unless your God is as dumb as shit. the only way. It's the only way. You know why we still have wisdom teeth? Aside from people who have the mutation where they don't have wisdom teeth. Do you know why we still have wisdom teeth? Wisdom teeth that generally need surgically removed because they're impacted. Because we are still primates and we have descended from primates that had a larger jaw. You dicks. Yeah, I know, Marianne. You know, um, perfect, perfect um, illustration of evolution. Wisdom teeth. It is detrimental for most people to have wisdom teeth. Unless you have the mutation where you don't get wisdom teeth, and that will become more and more prevalent, which is evolution as time goes on. Why do we have wisdom teeth? Either your God is as dumb as fuck, or evolution happens. Those are the only two things. The only two things. Ah, scapegoat. You know, I call it like it is. That's why you guys love me so much. Fish head, you're a hoot. You're a hoot. Hey, Firebrand. And here's another thing that creationists don't get, right? Here's another thing creationists don't get. I don't believe your God exists, okay? I just don't. But for argument's sake, I'm going to give it to you. Your God exists, okay? Your God must be really, really, really pissed off at you people because you are limiting him by saying he cannot create things through evolution. That is limiting your fucking God, you dicks. If your God exists, which I do not believe he does, I don't want to make that clear. But if he exists, he's pissed off at you because you are limiting him. You are limiting him. Why are you limiting him? You think he's all powerful. Well, that means he can do whatever the fuck he wants to do. And here's another thing that really gets my goat. Kent and people like him, no, he is not a fucking doctor. Kent and people like him say that we think we came from a rock. That is absolutely ridiculous. You know what that's called, people? You know what that's called? It's called projection. It's called projection. What do you think dust is? If we're going with the Genesis story, and you people think there was no death, which is doesn't say that, by the way. Genesis does not say there was no death before Adam and Eve ate the fruit. Doesn't say that, by the way. You're putting words in your God's mouth, which is another thing he must be really pissed at you about. Okay? Oh man, if your God exists, Christians, he's really pissed at you. So don't expect to be going to heaven. If your God exists, Christians, he's really pissed off at you. So don't expect to be going to heaven. You're limiting him. You're putting words in his mouth. Yeah, I'd be pretty pissed at you too if I was an all-powerful God. Yep, I'd be pissed at you too. It's okay, scapegoat. I see him or her. Yeah. I usually only I usually only engage with Otangelo because I know Otangelo doesn't really mind it. You know. Um. Anyway, getting back to the evolutionists think we come from rocks. By the way, blessed be he. Glad you're here. And I'm glad you came when you did. Because that is projection. Let me go back to the rock thing. Let me go through it. Let me explain it again. Because blessed be he just came in and he or she actually needs this. Actually needs to hear this. We do not believe we come from rocks. That is called projection. Creationists believe we come from rocks. Okay? What do you think dust is? What do you think dust is? Well, I gave you a minute to think about it. Blessed be he probably doesn't know. And, well, hell, the creationists probably don't even know anyway. So let me give it to you straight. Dust is pulverized rock. Now, obviously, there's skin cells in there, there's dead mites in there, there's all that kind of stuff, dead stuff, you know. But it's also pulverized rock. But you people think there was no death before the fall of Adam, which is absolutely not true because the Bible never says that. So I don't care. I'm going to give it to you for the sake of argument. That means that dust is nothing but pulverized rock. Do you know what that means? It means you, creationists, you believe we come from rocks. We don't believe that. We don't believe that. Yeah, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do a when my arm gets better, nevermore. I'm actually gonna do a an edited video on that. Um, by the way, the snake was not Satan. That's something else that you people put into God's mouth. If you believe that God wrote the Bible, which he didn't, it's just a bunch of Iron Age myths. Okay, some of them even go back to the Bronze Age because I think it was Scapegoat who said, and he's absolutely right, that they got it from the Sumerians and the Babylonians. That the Israelites borrowed these stories from the Sumerians and the Babylonians. So some of these stories do go back to the Bronze Age, but the Israelites themselves date to the Iron Age. So anyway, moving on. Um, so that's what evolution is and is not. Yeah, Scapegoat. I did a live stream about that. I can't remember what it's called right now. Um, and I pointed out that the fruit was you know indicative of knowledge. It wasn't really indicative of the knowledge of good and evil. Um, which, by the way, that's another pet peeve of mine. How could Adam and Eve have sinned if they didn't know good from evil before they ate the fruit? Doesn't make any goddamn sense. Um, Blessed be he. You really need to think about these things. You really need to think about these things. Tell me about it, Scapegoat. We don't say that everything came from nothing. The creationists do. Creation ex nihilo. It's exactly what it's called. Creation from nothing. You know, all of a sudden, God decided to make a universe. Poof, there's a universe. What the fuck? Are you serious? Exactly, Scapegoat. You know why? Because if they read the Bible, they will lose their faith. And their leaders know that. Their leaders don't want them reading the fucking Bible. Blessed be he. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. You think that the world is designed. You think that the world is designed. Oh my fucking God. Blessed be he. What kind of a designer puts the birth canal next to the poop chute? What kind of a designer puts the birth canal next to the poop chute? What kind of a designer puts the swallowing hole next to the breathing hole, such that sometimes we can choke because our epiglottis doesn't function properly? What kind of a designer would do that fucking shit? No, I want an answer, blessed be he. I want an answer to that question. What kind of a fucking designer would do that? I'm waiting, blessed be he. A perfect designer? Oh, 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 oh. So, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So, you do know that women often poop when they're giving birth, right? You do know that, right? You do know that. Women often poop when they're giving birth. Also, you need to know most babies, when they come via vaginal birth, most babies come with their head facing the floor. Their face is facing the floor. So they are literally sucking up their mama's poop when they are being born, because the mother cannot control her function when she's giving birth. So that baby is literally eating his or her mother's shit while he or she is coming out of the birth canal, okay? Literally eating his or her mother's shit. And you think that is designed? What a fucking moron. No, blessed be he. You know why women go through pain in childbirth? Do you know why? Because our pelvis has shifted so that we can walk on 2 feet. We are called obligate bipeds because that's the only way of locomotion that we have that is, I mean, it's hopeless with you. It is hopeless. Women go through pain giving birth because our pelvis has shifted. That's why women have pain in the birth process. That's why our pelvis has shifted. Hey, secular pagan mom. It has nothing to do with your shitty goddamn Adam and Eve. Nothing to do with Adam and Eve. It has to do with our goddamn pelvis. So get that out of your fucking mind. And yeah, I am goddamn mad at you. No, 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 no. It's not because of the fall. It's not because of the fall. No, no, no. It's not because of the fall. Man never fell. Man was never perfect to begin with. You have bit it You have bought into the lie. I'm trying to help you get out of the lie. You know what, blessed be He? Your leaders are paid to lie to you. They are paid to lie to you. No, blessed be He. I am not mad at you. I am not mad at you. No, get that out of your fucking mind. I am not mad at you. I am mad at your leaders because they have got you to believe this fucking shit that there's such a thing as sin, that you need somebody to pick you up and brush you off. You don't need anyone, blessed be He, except maybe your fellow human beings. You don't need anyone. You can rely on yourself. You are a wonderful human being. There's no such thing as sin. You don't have sin. You never did have sin. Get it out of your fucking mind. Okay? Be free of this idiotic idea of this thing called sin because you don't have it. You never did. People do bad things. Yes, people do bad things. People do horrible things. But you know what? More people do good things. More people do great things. And your moronic religion wants to say to you, you are a bad person and you need us to lift you up. You can lift yourself up. Blessed be He. Thank you, soldier of science. Welcome. You can lift yourself up. Blessed be He. You can lift yourself up. You can lift yourself up. You don't need anybody to lift you up. You don't need anyone. You don't need anyone to lift you up. Blessed be He. And I'm talking to any Christian right here. Okay? Nobody needs to lift you up. You can lift yourself up. You can rely on yourself. And at the times when you're not enough, because there are times when a person is not enough. A person cannot lean on oneself. Lean on your fellow humans. That's why your fellow humans are here. Forget a sky daddy who farted the universe into existence. That's invisible. That doesn't even give a fuck to say, hey, I'm here. I don't believe he is here anyway, but what does that mean, blessed be He? You know, if you're like baptized by fire, you're like, gone, burnt up, you know? I mean, like nothing left of you. Like, what is that? Like a fireball from heaven? And I'm using heaven in a general sense here, okay? Yeah, Lisa, blessed be He came in, so um anyway, uh yeah. You're going to be gone if a fireball from heaven came. Blessed be he. What's a soul? Tell me what is a soul? What's a soul? Come on, let's have this conversation. What's a soul? Oh, that's awesome, Dessel. Right, right. I want to know, blessed be he, what is a soul? Come on, let's have this conversation.
Oh, yeah, for an hour.
Why are you mislabeling the subconscious your soul? We already have a word for it. It's called the subconscious. Okay? No, I mean, if you want to relabel something, that's fine. But no, the soul is not your subconscious. Your subconscious is your subconscious. The soul's got to be something else. You can't relabel something else and say, oh, okay, this is that. It doesn't work that way. It don't work that way. Words don't work that way. What is a soul? What is a soul? Come on. No, the quote unquote scales of justice is a human idea. Human idea. Wow, human idea. Yeah. And that's just renaming something else. Come on, what's a soul? What's a soul, blessed be he? What's a soul? Actually, Firebrand, I do think we need to have this conversation. You know, whether he or she is a troll or not, we do need to have this conversation. What's a soul? Give me the definition of a soul. Don't relabel something. Give me the definition of a soul. What is a soul? I'm waiting, blessed be he. What's a soul? You're spouting nonsense at this point. You're spouting nonsense at this point, my friend. Don't you listen to yourself? Do you listen to yourself? Listen to yourself. You are spouting absolute nonsense. Um, that is a metaphor. That is not a definition. Come on. You can do it. Maybe. Or maybe if you can't, that means you don't have a soul. What's a soul? What's a soul? You can't relabel shit. You can't give metaphors. Okay? You need to give a definition. What is a soul? No, at XJW, they didn't. It was just like the gases after death. That, like, you know, but yeah, they did do that quote unquote experiment. They did. Um, but they found out later it was just like gases and, dehydration after death and stuff like that. Come on, blessed be he. What's a soul? What's a soul? Still waiting, blessed be he. What's a soul? That cracks me up nevermore. That cracks me up. What's a soul? I'm still waiting. Still waiting on a definition. Still waiting on a definition. What's a soul? What's a soul? Come on. Either you can do it or you can't do it. And if you can't define a soul, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. You're changing the subject. Not going to happen here. No. No. That is not a soul. That is your conscience. You can't relabel something. Come on. You can do better. You can do better. Come on. That's your conscience. Come on. Novel definitions. You're just relabeling stuff. Come on. Either you can define what a soul is or you can't. And if you can't define what a soul is, it doesn't exist. Novel idea, huh? Blessed be he. Come on. Come on. What's a soul? What's a soul? Hi, Tom. Come on. What's a soul? You wanted this conversation. I'm having this conversation with you. What's a soul? Does this mean that you don't know what a soul is? Does this mean that you can't define a soul? Well, if you can't define a soul, then it doesn't exist. Novel idea, huh? Novel idea. Soul doesn't exist. Thank you for making my point, blessed be he. Thank you for making my point. No such thing as a soul. That's begging the question of God. You have to prove that a God exists, first of all. Nobody's done that. Nobody has ever proven that a God exists. So if you want to define soul like that, you first have to define God and prove that a God exists. And I don't think you can do that because nobody's been able to do that. So that was a nonsensical definition, which nonsensical definitions don't count as definitions. Come on, what's a soul? Again, that is begging the question of God. You must first prove God exists, and you have not. What's a soul? What's a soul? Don't beg the question of God. Don't relabel something. Don't give me metaphors. I want a definition. What is a soul? I think I've made my point with blessed be he. Blessed be he, you might want to think about this. You really need to think about this. You really need to think about this. Blessed be he. That's the definition of begging the question. Well, gee, blessed be he. We don't know that this is the only universe, do we? No, we don't. There could be another universe. Hell, we could be in a bubble universe for all we know. Nope, I'm rejecting a lie. I am rejecting a lie. And you are changing the subject. Thank you for pointing that out, Lisa. What is a soul? What is a soul? Don't beg the question of God because you have to prove a God exists, which you have not. And nobody has ever proven a God exists. You cannot beg the question of God existing in order to define a soul. You cannot relabel. You cannot use a metaphor. You must use a definition. What is a soul? Hey, awoken one. What's a soul, blessed be he? You think I'm going to let you off the hook just because you're not answering me? You think I'm going to let you off the hook? See, this is why I like people to come in. right? Because blessed be he is just cells don't have metal. They have elements, okay? Potassium, calcium, which technically, yeah, they are metals, but they're not metals like you're thinking about. They're not metals in the way that you're thinking, okay? You don't know chemistry, you don't know biology, okay? And you're trying to oh god. The soul is your base metal in your cells. No, it's not. No, it's not. Elements are elements. Period. You're trying to relabel again. Not gonna work. Not gonna work. Not gonna work. You need to give me the definition of the soul. You can't beg the question of a God existing. Been through this before, blessed be he. Gonna go through it again because you don't really understand what I'm talking about. You can't beg the question of a God existing, meaning you can't presuppose that a God exists because you can't prove that a God exists. You can't relabel things because they already have a label. And you can't use metaphors. You need to give me a definition. You have not done that. What is a soul? What's a soul? Well, I wish the preacher himself would come. Hell, hey, preacher. I don't know what preacher I'm talking to right now. Scapegoat says it's the disciples of the preacher. So, and I've heard that there's somebody called the preacher in the YouTube community, right? So, preacher, come on. Head to head, you and me. Head to head, you and me. Blessed be he. No, it is not. Do you know how disgusting that is? Do you know how perverted of an idea that is? That is just disgusting. Wouldn't it be great if we could poop gold, scapegoat? Wouldn't it be great if we could just poop gold? Then nobody'd have any money issues, right? And then, of course, gold would be useless, but, you know. Come on, what's a soul? You haven't answered my question. What's a soul? Who's that Nevermore? Oh, so somebody living inside me, that's not disgusting? That's not disgusting that somebody's trying to live inside me? Are you fucking kidding me? Somebody trying to get in my body, and you think that's not disgusting? Somebody's trying to get in my body that I have autonomy over, and you think that's not disgusting? Ay, 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 blessed be he. Please, please think about what you are saying. Electricity is not another living human being. It's just electricity. Jesus is supposed to be a living being. That's what's disgusting about it. If he's real, and I don't believe he is, okay, but let's give it to you for a minute, okay? Just for sake of argument, let's give it to you. He's real. He wants to come into my body. Mine. He wants to ruin my bodily autonomy. That is disgusting. Chemicals and hormones, blessed be he. That's what keeps my heart pumping. Chemicals and hormones. And my brain. Gotta have that too. Chemicals, hormones, and brain. Yep. See? You don't need a God. Don't need a God. Your religion is built on ignorance. Blessed be he. Your religion is built on ignorance. Well, in the Bible, nevermore, if you really take the Bible to be true, which I don't, but I mean, let's give it for the sake of argument. If you believe the Bible, he is the good guy because he brought us knowledge. That's being the good guy. That's being the good guy. Oh, you can't answer my question. Yeah, you can't answer my question, so you're just changing the subject. Okay, I'll bite. How did Jesus figure that out? Where is that in the Bible? Where is that in the Bible? And no, scientists are not still baffled about that. Hate to break it to you. You're living in the 19th century there, bud. Scientists figured it out a long time ago. I'm still waiting on an answer to what is the soul. And you can't answer, so you're just going on to something else. Okay, I'll bite. Where in the Bible does it say that Jesus figured it out? Chapter and verse, please. Chapter and verse. Chapter and verse, please. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. No. No. Oh my God, no. Jesus fucking Christ. No. He wasn't talking about salt of life. He was talking about salt of the earth. That's in Matthew somewhere, I think. It's not the salt of life. You idiot. Not the salt of life. Not the salt of life. He's telling his disciples they're the salt of the earth. Oh my fucking God. You don't even know the difference between life and earth. Oh my fucking God. Blessed be he. How old are you? I mean, seriously, am I talking to like a 12-year-old? Because I feel like I'm talking to a 12-year-old. Yeah. Salt of the earth, not the salt of life. He never said salt of life, ever. Never said salt of life, ever. Damn, you really need to read your Bible. You really need to read your Bible because you don't have a fucking clue what it says. Look, blessed be he. I know your arguments better than you do, okay? Oh. So you accept abiogenesis. Wow. You accept abiogenesis. Well, congratulations, blessed be he. You accept abiogenesis. Which doesn't need a God, by the way. What you laughing about, awoken one? I've covered so many topics in this live stream that I've forgotten half of them. But anyway, oh yeah. Oh my God. Salt of life. That's the new one. I have to say, that's a new one. Definitely a new one. Salt of life. You know, blessed be he. If your God is real, I would not want to be in your shoes because you are probably pissing him off by limiting him and putting words in his goddamn mouth. Yeah, that's what I want to know, Lisa. That's what I want to know. You still haven't answered my question. You still haven't answered my question, blessed be he. What's the soul? So a soul is a metal? No, metals are metal. Metals are metal. Awoken one. I need a break from blessed be he. So what were you laughing about? I I um I just I keep, like I said, I've gotten so much done in this live stream that I just don't have. Blessed be he. You have to prove a God exists. You can't say that the soul is a piece of God until you prove that God exists. I already told you this. I already told you this. Oh, okay. Whoops. Wrong highlighted comment. I'll get back to yours, Fishhead. Oh, that's something I'm gonna cover. God needs your money, really. God needs money. Why? But come on, blessed be he. I already told you, you can't use God because God has not been proven. What is a soul? What is a soul? Wow. Wow. You know what, blessed be he? I appreciate you coming in here. I do. I really do. I might get fired up. Okay. That's because you're being lied to. I was lied to. I get fired when people get lied to. I get really, really angry when people are lied to. And you paying those liars to lie to you. That's what you're doing. You're paying them to lie to you. Now, I'm going to go, but I want you, blessed be he, to figure out what a soul is. Do not use God because God has not been proven. Do not relabel and do not use a metaphor. I want a definition. What is a soul? All right. So I am going to go. You have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening. And please like, subscribe. If you like this kind of content, please consider becoming a member. You can become a member for as little as 99 cents a month. And I am going to have my first members only live stream pretty soon. Blessed be he. I'm not accepting it because you haven't given me a definition. All right. See you guys later. Bye.